Oh, there it is. It says live.
We're on air.
Okay, I will share my screen. Okay, can you see that?
Yes, now I can.
Okay, perfect. All right, so this is my accountability project. I really liked, Elder Ballard gave a talk on Saturday and conference, and he talked about like becoming more like Jesus Christ and setting goals to get there and having a plan to be able to achieve those goals. And he said, over the years, I've noticed that those who accomplish the most in this world are those with a vision for their lives, with goals to keep them focused on their vision and tactical plans for how to achieve them. And I just felt like that applied really well to what we're doing here. So he said, knowing where you're going and how you expect to get there can bring meaning, purpose, and accomplishment to life. So this is my becoming statement, which I know you've seen before. I want to be the kind of woman who is a committed disciple of Jesus Christ with a strong testimony of him and his gospel, is constantly striving to be the kind of person my Heavenly Father wants me to be, has a home where the Spirit can be felt, has a family where all members have or are working on developing a testimony of the gospel, has a husband who constantly feels her love and devotion, has children who know their mother loves them and who love and respect each other, sets a good example for her family and for everyone else she comes in contact with, can recognize and follow the promptings of the Spirit, regularly seeks for opportunities to serve others, and has a healthy body. I wonder, that's going to be in my way, but I don't want to get rid of it because I wouldn't know how to stop sharing if I didn't. So here are my goals, beginning with my daily goals. Oh no. Sorry about that.
Now we can all see what you've been up to.
There we go. So my first goal, did I read, listen to, or watch a general conference talk? I really enjoyed this. I liked doing this. I've done it in the past, but I liked having the motivation to do it every day and go back and read a lot of talks. And I actually made it through like 2.5 conferences because there were so many days. So, and I feel like these matched up with the following points on my becoming statement. I think it helped me become a better disciple of Jesus Christ and help me be more like Heavenly Father wants me to be. I think it helped improve the spirit in our home and helped, I think, help my family develop a testimony because mine was strengthened. I think it set a good example for my children. And I think it helped me to recognize and follow the Spirit. My next goal, did I drink 8 glasses of water? And I am so glad I put this one on here. I have never, ever been good about drinking water. It's like, I just don't think about it during the day. I go on with my day and then I end up with this massive headache at the end of the day because I'm dehydrated, and I've tried everything, and this is what I needed because it's so instinctive now. I don't even think about it anymore. And so it seems like a silly one, but it was a good one. And, this, I think, helped me become more healthy. My next goal, did I express extra gratitude and remember others in my prayers? I think, sometimes I just fall into the trap of routine prayers or mostly asking for everything that I need, and it just becomes focused more on me. And so I just needed the extra push to think more about others and to recognize other things in my life that I'm grateful for that I just don't usually think about, that I sometimes take for granted. I think, again, this helped me become a better disciple of Jesus and be more like Heavenly Father wants me to be. It helped the Spirit and helped with my family members and their testimony. And I think it sets a good example for my family and helps me recognize the Spirit. And helps me seek for opportunities to serve others. My next goal, did I log yesterday's progress and check my accountability partners' goals? And this one, I'm glad I had that on there because I think it was so little that I probably would have gone for days without doing it if I didn't have to check it off every day. So I think it just helps me keep my commitments and helps me be a little bit more responsible. And so for my weekly goals, did I spend quality individual time with one of my children? This, I think, was my absolute favorite goal that I did. I'm, busy. I have 6 kids. I'm going to school. My husband's in the high council. I don't have enough time. I don't spend enough time with my children unless I make the time to do it. And so I really, really enjoyed doing this. Sometimes it was just, I'd do a puzzle with them or sometimes would just go out for a little treat or something. But this, I think, was my favorite goal. And again, it helped me be more like Heavenly Father wants me to be. I think it helped the Spirit in our home a lot because just the children knowing that having that one-on-one time, I think, just helped create a lot more harmony. It set a good example for my family, and it helped my children know that I love them. My next weekly goal, did I exercise at least 3 days? I've been an exerciser off and on throughout my life, and I have had the hardest time getting back into it since my baby was born. So I needed this one. And I'd love to say that, yes, it just made me all great and I've got this exercise routine down, but I still pretty much have to force myself to do it. 3 days, eventually I'll get there. But again, it helps me become healthy, I think. And my last weekly goal, did I write in my journal? Again, over the years, I've done this off and on. And so it was just kind of nice to have that motivation to do it every single week. Again, similar becoming statements help me be a disciple and be like Heavenly Father wants me to be. Helps my family's testimonies and sets an example for them, and helps me follow the promptings of the Spirit. So my 1 monthly goal was, did I make treats and take them to at least 2 neighbors or friends? Again, this is something I would love to say that I did better. I did them, but oftentimes I think at least one of them was done on the last day of the month. And so I would like to continue this goal and maybe get to a point where it just becomes easier and I think about it more often. So again, similar, a lot of these becoming statements I think apply to most of them. But I think most of all, serving others, something I can be better at. So here is the link to my project, which you have seen many times. So I will just quickly show you again. So I had one no, and that was just simply, I just forgot, I didn't get on. It was that funny logging the progress and checking the goals. And so it certainly, so I ended up having to do all of my kids' chores and their dishes for that day. And it took me hours because, they don't do them the way I would have them done. And so it just took me forever to get it done. And so it was a very, very good motivation for me to check in the future. So how did I do? I think in my becoming statement, I think not one of those points is something that I will ever check off in my life. I think it's something that I'm always going to be striving to improve. And I think this project helped me with that, gave me a good start. And it's something that I will, hopefully be able to continue to work on throughout my life. So moving forward, Elder Ballard said, wise goal setting includes the understanding that short-term goals are only effective if they lead to clearly understood longer-term goals. So I do want to keep doing this project. I think I'd change a few things. First of all, I think I'll have evolving goals. So when I feel like I'm finally to the point where I'm doing well with one of them, I'll probably consider adding another one. One specific goal that I don't feel like I addressed in this project and should have was on my becoming statement, something about making sure that my husband knows that I love and respect him. And so that I think will be one of my first goals that I add in the future. I want to put an escape clause where, like, if I get into a goal and I feel like it's just too hard or too overwhelming and I just can't quite do it, I want to be able to talk to my accountability partners and determine if I can alter it, adjust it, or get rid of it. And then I want to make it a family project. I think I want to get my children involved and be my accountability partners and my husband. And I just think it'd be a good way to help my whole family make some positive changes. So one final quote by Elder Ballard. He said, the key to happiness lies in understanding what destinations truly matter and then spending our time, efforts, and attention on the things that really constitute a sure way to arrive there. And I'm just grateful that we were able to do this project. I think it helped me a lot. It made me recognize some things that I needed to change and gave me an opportunity to work on those. And I think I probably made some good life changes that I want to continue. So there's my presentation.
Awesome. I loved your presentation. It was so well done. Like, maybe I should have gone first. Well, it was a pleasure. Yeah, it was a pleasure being your accountability partner.
That was fun.
I could tell that you put a lot of effort into it. You even calculated the minutes that you spent every day, which I thought was above and beyond. I do have a couple of questions. I think we're supposed to ask questions after each presentation, right?
Oh, are we?
Just a few. It just says have a little question and answer. So anyways, I just was curious how you got into the habit of drinking your 8 glasses of water. How did you make that your habit?
Having to do it for this. So I just,
Did you get
you
a
know,
big
I would
bottle?
think about
It was worth
like
8 glasses.
yeah, I've done that before. I've done the pitcher of water. I've done everything. I've done signs all over the house and nothing worked. But really, I think one of the things that helped me was like halfway through the day, I would have to take it like at lunchtime. I'd say, have I drunk, 4 by now? Am I halfway done? If not, then I really need to get going. And so it just, I don't know, just having it in the back of my mind was all the motivation that I ended up needing. It just,
it was your grade. That was the motivation, right?
Yeah. It really was.
I also found it funny that your monthly goal was my punishment. Yeah. So I put that, it was one of my punishments. It was either like do your kids' chores or take a note or a treat to one of my neighbors and try and engage them in conversation.
Uh-huh.
I've done it many times before. I don't mean to sound like
I get it. It's just extra effort.
Oh, these neighbors of mine, they like see me coming and they shut the blinds. I swear. I take stuff at the holidays and they like barely crack open the door. They grab their gift and they're like. So I was like, okay, I don't like doing that. So I would make myself do that.
Wow.
And that was a good motivator for me to do my project. All right. Well, I do not have any fancy quotes, but I can share my accountability project with you. So, hey, it was great how this worked when we practiced it.
We practiced before.
It's gone.
So if you drag over to the left, there's a green arrow or a green screen with an arrow on it.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
Did you click on it?
Yeah, and then it came up blank. Hang on. Okay. Like the application just does not come through. Well, okay.
Oh, no. I did stop sharing mine, right?
What?
I did stop sharing mine, right? You can't see your presentation anymore,
I can't see your presentation anymore, no. So let's just see what this comes up with. What does it look like?
This is black. Oh, now I see. Okay, I see myself. So you're sharing now.
Okay, then I'm going to go over to this. Can you see it?
Yes.
All right. Whoa, Prezi. This is my accountability project. Not quite as in-depth as yours, but I really enjoyed this project, and this is my becoming statement of who I want to be. I will be, or will strive to be, a person who prioritizes family above my own desires, serves others willingly because I love the Lord, judges less and loves more, talks less about people and more to people, is a lifetime learner, recognizes that cleanliness is next to godliness, reads more books than watches TV, which I had a little trouble with because, hello, we are reading so much for these classes. So I didn't read a lot of books, but I didn't watch a lot of TV either. Treats my body like a temple, staying in shape and eating right, is not afraid to try something new, is not afraid to admit wrongdoing and forgives others as well, sets an example for my daughters on how to live and love life, loves my husband, makes him feel glad to be married to me, stays in touch with old friends and makes new friends a priority, points out the good in others, complimenting more easily, keeps my commitments to God and to others, is an example of the believers in word and conversation and spirit, in faith and purity, and gives it her best shot every time. So that's who I would like to be ideally, and I think that some of the goals that I set for myself show a little bit more about I'm really struggling with this. Oh my goodness, this mouse is crazy. Okay, some of the goals that I set, and Laura and I, for anybody who's watching this, we were accountability partners, so I've seen her goals, she's seen mine ad nauseum, but I will go through it.
Every day for 3 months.
Every day. Did I include others in my prayer, in my daily prayers? Now that seems like a pretty simple thing to do, but I think it's easy to get caught up in just praying for ourselves and what we need. So it was good for me just to have that little nudge that like, hey, I need to say like an extra prayer for somebody else today. Did I take a multivitamin? This is a silly thing, but I'm telling you what, it has been like, I've been in bed before, had my eyes fly open, run out to the kitchen to take my vitamin before the end of the day. My husband thought I was a crazy person, but it was a good goal for me to have. Did I go to bed by 11 p.m. except on Friday and Saturday? This was my hardest goal, but I know that I need more sleep. And it was really easy for me to just stay up late and wait for my husband to finish whatever he's doing or watch TV or do my homework. But I know that I need more sleep. So this was my like best thing I did for myself. I did on January 17th. This is my only no for the whole project. I did go to bed at 11:08. I felt very guilty. And then I did kind of have to make that goal evolve because if I got, down on my knees at 10:55 to say my prayers, I felt like I had to hurry through my prayers to get into bed by 11. So I kind of made it so that if I was saying my prayers by 11, I was good. Did I think of others and reach out in some way? So this was a great goal for me to have, to be of service to others. And some days it was just even a text asking somebody how they did. But it was a good reminder for me. And daily, did I refrain from yelling at my kids? I don't think of myself as a big yeller. And I will say that there was some hollering done, down the hallway or whatever, but never in a mean tone. All my mean tones were quiet whispers. So there was no yelling. But my kids noticed. I asked them about it. I said, hey, have you guys noticed that I don't yell anymore? And my youngest especially was like, yes, it's so nice. And did I update my log and check in with my accountability partners? I think I did pretty good at that. I practiced the piano, which I'm not a pianist. I don't take lessons or anything like that, but I'm trying to teach myself to play the hymns. I wrote in my journal every week. I called my parents at least 2 times. I know that makes me sound like a big jerk that I need a reminder to call my parents, but sometimes it just slips away from me. I spent a lot of minutes learning about investing money. I started a stash account where I can kind of diversify and, just use a little bit of my own money to learn about investing instead of leaving it all up to my husband. I made at least 1 meal in advance every week, and I ran 10 miles a week. That's in addition to the weightlifting and yoga classes that I take and hiking that I usually do on the weekend. And I used to only run maybe 6 or 7 miles a week. So it was, I don't know, it was enough for me to feel like it was a good goal. Did I reach out to a new or old friend that I rarely communicate with? That kind of goes back to my becoming statement. And then monthly, did I try to visit everyone on my list? And that's like 10 people. Hello.
Oh my goodness.
The missionaries, if they were available, yes, usually on the last day of the month. And I cleaned out some closets and donated some unused items. So these goals were all so good for me. My consequences, like I told Laura, were to take a treat and a note to a neighbor that I don't know well, try to engage them in conversation, do all of my kids' chores for a day. So like you, Laura, I chose to do all my kids' chores for a day, and I didn't like it, and I decided never to go to bed at 11:08 again. So for my effort and the effects, I really felt like this was a stretching project. Like I felt stronger doing it. It improved our family life. Like everybody's happier when mom's not yelling or, when things are in order. And I didn't want to do the consequences. So having a no was not an option for me. My favorite goal turned out to be practicing the piano, which was a surprise to me because I don't know. It doesn't come easy to me. And I really only like to do things that come easy to me. But that was a goal that I could really see progress in. So that's why it was my favorite. My least favorite was making freezer dinners. but it turned out to be the most helpful. It was a lifesaver to have food for my family on hectic days. So making myself do that and knowing that it was necessary was super important for me. This turned out to be a very, very busy semester. So it was a great goal. So going forward, I feel like this project has enabled me to better trust myself. I know how to make and keep goals. The process really worked well for me, and it's given me more confidence that I can do hard things. This has improved not only my life, but my family's life, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. So that is my accountability project.
Excellent job. That was very good.
Can you see me?
I was beyond impressed when I very first at the beginning of the semester pulled yours up and read your goals. I was like, that's really ambitious. So I am very impressed that you were.
Oh, well, yours were very ambitious.
I don't think so. Not nearly. I was struggling with, like, the week that I did that was the week that we got home. My baby spent 6 weeks in the hospital at the beginning of the semester, or like just before the semester started. And so I was like, I don't feel like I can do anything. And so, yeah, I was very impressed. I thought you made some.
I think if I was you, I wouldn't have done anything. So you should count it good. But they showed us 2 examples of accountability projects. Did you
Yes.
remember that from the beginning?
One of them, I think,
One guy was like up at 5:30 a.m. every day and doing 500 goals.
Yeah.
And the other guy was like a couple goals. And so I was like, I can be a happy medium.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I was very impressed. So I guess a couple of my questions for you. How on earth did you get everything done in time to be able to be in bed by 11 every night?
Well, Laura, I have 2 school-age children. That's it.
I don't think it would matter how many kids I had. I am always finishing some school project, even before I had school. But I'm the same way. I know I need more sleep, so eventually I'll probably have to put that goal in there for myself. But so how did you? So you talked a little bit about how the prayer thing, and I completely agree with that. I think that's great. What time did you start getting ready for bed so that you can be in bed by 11? Because to me, I think, I'm going to shoot for 11, but then I'll finish up around 11, then I start getting ready for bed, and then it's like, before I know, it's like 12:30.
Right. No, because you're a mom, but like 10:30, I would start getting ready for bed. But it became like a really good goal because my husband started coming to bed earlier too. And then he started exercising instead of like 11 at night because he's a crazy person. Like he's in the district and they will have late meetings and then he'll come home and run 5 miles or something like that. But then, so because I wanted to be in bed and it's really hard for me to go to bed without him, I don't know. We go to bed at the same time. Except during this thing, I said, hey, I'm going to start going to bed without you. Like, this is one of my goals and that's what I got to do. But he started coming to bed with me and then he got up earlier and would run in the morning and he's like, this has been great. And I'm like, you are welcome. But honestly, because my kids are super, like, pretty self-sufficient, it was good.
Well, good.
And you will get there someday too, Laura.
Someday. Okay, so I was really impressed with your goal to reach out to somebody every day. Like, I struggle with ideas. Like, I want to serve other people, but I feel like I struggle with knowing how to do that. So I liked your idea about a text. What are some of the other things you did?
So, sometimes I had to make myself a little list. But sometimes it would just be at the grocery store. I would return somebody's cart for them, or compliment somebody that you normally might not say a compliment because you feel weird about it. But I would reach out to somebody, be like, oh, your child is so beautiful and what a good mom you are, or just in the course of my daily life. And so I didn't do anything big or grandiose by any means, just trying to make the effort to see what's good in other people and let them know, or let them know I'm thinking of them.
I like it. I like it a lot. And then what do you think is the most important thing you learned about when you were learning about investing?
I learned that I hate learning about investing, really. I'm super happy to let my husband do it. But actually, it was empowering. And I will say that the most important lesson that I learned about investing, I dedicated 1 week to like spiritual investing. I know that sounds kind of weird, but I like just read up a little bit on tithing and fast offerings, and I increased our fast offerings and like immediately saw the blessings of it. And just, having that to talk about with my husband, and it was like a really faith promoting experience for me. So that would be the most important thing I think I learned, is to invest in the Lord, and he will invest in you. There's not many things he tells us to try him with, but with our offerings, he will bless us. So yeah, not always financially, I know that, but I saw a good blessing.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful. Well, I think you did a fabulous job. And you really
I
did.
think you did a fabulous job. It was a pleasure being your partner.
Yes, it was. It really was. I'm going to miss our weekly discussions.
Oh, what? We're not still partners? No, this has been great. And I feel like I've learned a lot from this class. Like, it's been good for my whole life. Do you feel like that?
Yeah, I really do. I like it. I didn't feel like that at the beginning of the semester. I was really overwhelmed, and I didn't like the way it was structured. By the end of the semester, I love it. I think it's really, really well organized class.
It is overwhelming to start all those goals.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about this system, though, is, it's long enough to get you used to stretching yourself. So,
yeah.
Well, very good. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you.
And I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right. Have a good one. Bye.